Rory on the pod. There we go. And kind of what I want to do with this show is kind of just get an in-depth into your journey as an Arsenal fan, why you're an Arsenal fan, some of the highlights, some of the lowlights. And yeah, just kind of, I've got about 50 questions here. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you 50 questions, but yeah, just a couple of things. I was going to start off with just some like journey questions and stuff. So why Arsenal and what made you choose Arsenal?
It's a difficult one, really, because I kind of became an Arsenal fan out of the blue, really. I have no real, like, landmark connections, it's fair to say, with Arsenal. I just decided, you know what, because I might as well get myself into football due to the fact, you know, my family is all football, innit? Like, we all support different teams, etc., etc. And for some absurd reason, like we would always have Arsenal on the TV. I don't know why. Bear in mind, my dad is a Liverpool fan, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a different pathway, and I'm just going to support Arsenal. You know, I think you could argue Alexis Sanchez.
Get out! Sorry.
Are you in front of me, by the way?
What's your minute on?
7 minutes and 3 seconds.
Oh, I'm literally like 40 seconds behind you. I'm on 6:30.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna use your link in this. I'm gonna change it and use your link in a second anyway. Because
yeah. I was gonna say I think thing that got me into Arsenal and what made me fall in love with the club would be because of Alexis Sanchez, and I know a lot of Arsenal fans from my generation would probably have the same reasoning, because, you know, Alexis Sanchez is probably one of, if not the best player I've seen in the Emirates era. And I'm not going to lie, I've been putting Alexis Sanchez in a lot of uncomfortable conversations when it comes to, like, where rival fans put him on. So, yeah, they don't seem to like it, but because Alexis Sanchez was that guy, and there was just something about him that made me fall in love with Arsenal, basically. I decided, you know what, I'm going to tune in every single week, you know, and I don't want to be boring. This is the thing, right? Man United, one of, if not the biggest club in England, right? Liverpool, etc. Again, one of the biggest clubs in England, right? So I decided, you know what, it'd be boring just to, you know, take Liverpool, Man United, whatever, if I'm into football, innit? So I decided, you know what, just take Arsenal. I'm not going to lie, right? I did have some early regrets, especially when Liverpool were winning. Premier League, Champions League, etc., etc., etc. I was like, yo, have I fucked up here? But you know what? I decided to stick by Arsenal, and I think it was only from 21, 22 onwards where I decided invested in the merchandise, you know. And I've pretty much copped every single shirt since. Might be wrong, actually. I think it was from 2021 onwards, actually. I've copped every single shirt. So, yeah, you could argue I am a bit of a glory hunter, you could say. But then again, like, not everyone, when it comes to football, has to choose their local. Or I know a lot of football fans nowadays, they choose who their dad supports, etc., etc. But again, I look at everyone else in my family and they go, you know what? It's no big deal supporting someone else totally opposite to them, really, because as I said, I'm just like, well, why not take a different route to everyone else and almost be like the black sheep in the family, if that makes sense. So that's basically how I became an Arsenal fan, really. Like, we had Arsenal on the telly, and I just decided to follow them, you know. So yeah, no real like connections or anything like that. Just football, really.
Fair. But that's quite interesting actually, because I thought obviously because where's your accent from, bro?
Yorkshire, bro.
Yorkshire. So yeah, I was thought that I'm surprised actually that you don't support like a northern team. I said because I know there are some like northern Arsenal fans. I've met a couple actually.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous northern Arsenal fan in my opinion is probably Premsy. I don't know if you've heard of Premsy.
Yeah.
Premsy. He's actually from Manchester. He's actually from Manchester, and
Yeah.
he gets a lot of stick for being a Manchester Arsenal fan. But yeah, it's actually good that there's Northern Gooners, man, and it's always interesting. So next question, I'm going to roll it across the screen.
Most underrated Arsenal player ever, you know. It's difficult, you know. Palace nearly scored, you know, again. Most underrated Arsenal player ever. Oh, people are going to cook me for this, you know, but I'm going to say Sami Nasri, based on, you know, how he left Arsenal. I think he was an absolute baller back in his day. I love watching that guy play, like real talk. So I'll probably go Sami Nasri.
Sami Nasri, fair play, man.
Fair play. Honourable mentions, I think possibly. Who could I say? Maybe Theo Walcott is another one who doesn't really get his flowers often. I'm trying to think midfielders. Alex Song maybe. So, but I'm gonna go Sami Nasri now.
Okay, fair enough. Do you know what? For me, do you know what? It's obviously before your time, but for me, the most underrated Arsenal player ever, in my opinion, Sylvain Wiltord, man. Like I was watching the O2. I watched the O2 season like once every 2 months, and my God, for someone who was a fourth choice striker, if he was in a prime Wiltord was in the squad now, he'd be our best attacker. Like he was so clutch, bro. That guy was so clutch, and obviously he scored a goal at Old Trafford that made us win the league at Old Trafford, man. Like he was so good, and I don't think he gets enough. I don't think he gets enough flowers, in my opinion. And also honourable mention, I'd probably say Eduardo as well. Obviously, he had the leg break, and his Arsenal career was cut short. But man, what a player, in my opinion! Such a talented player, man. I wish we could see an Eduardo in an Arsenal shirt prime now. He would be unstoppable, bro. Against these low blocks as well. He was the king of unlocking low blocks, man. And he was a one-on-one demon.
I was going to say Eduardo as well, but again, because of his injuries, I think, I think the likes of Alex Song, and Theo Walcott, etc., don't really get most applauded because I'm pretty sure not one Arsenal fan dislikes Eduardo, and I think before his injuries, he was their cat's pajamas at the time. So I won't probably class him as underrated in terms of his quality. It was just obviously his injuries were cut short, but that's just me.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to do the next question. I'm going to catch up with. Just going to big up Gunner SC. Where's the Europa winner, Brennan Johnson? Imagine that guy goes from dunking on us last year to helping us this year. That would be. Imagine Brennan Johnson scores the winning goal for Palace and comes on and scores the winning goal for Palace, or the goal that ties it up and helps us win the title. That would be so funny, bro.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay, so next question. This one I think I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure.
Which rival fan base annoys you the most? Probably Man United,
Really?
It's like straight off the bat. I just think most of them are just crackheads, especially on Twitter and to TikTok. You've got that, I don't know if you know United's Trey. Oh my days!
Oh, that guy!
Probably one of the biggest bellends on that flipping platform. Jesus Christ! I cannot stand him.
That guy is a top level mutant, man. He is a top level mutant. But you know what? I'll say this before. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you too quickly, but I just want to say this quickly. Before I started doing content, the fan base I hated the most was Chelsea. But since I've been doing content, the fan base I hate the most is City, man. I can't stand. I know there's only 4 of them, but all 4 of them, I hate all 4 of them, bro. Like, I just on Twitter, they are just the absolute worst. There's this Twitter account. There's this Twitter account on Man City one, and he's got a picture of Phil Foden. There's this picture, and he's the most annoying mutant ever, man.
Yeah.
His name is Mr. Page, Mr. MFC Page, and he is such an absolute mutant. This guy's been moaning about Arsenal cheating for the last 3 days, bro. Meanwhile, this guy's got 116 charges. Like, you can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up.
I was going to say, like, honourable mention goes to Man City as well.
Yeah.
Just unbearable all the time, you know. So, but I'm going to go Man United just because I've got mates that support Man United, innit?
Fair.
So.
Fair. Yeah, I'd probably say Chelsea and City for me. I mean, Man United, obviously for me, Man United have always been, when I was younger, they were our rivals, man. And like, they won 4 titles, we won 3. And it was neck and neck. And like, those games at like Trafford and Highbury were just unbelievable, bro. They were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So even though I do hate Man United fans, it's a bit of a weird one. I'm going to catch up with these chats and I'll ask you the next question, bro.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Big up SSB. Man United probably has the lowest IQ fan base. I wouldn't... do you know what? I wouldn't disagree with that. Like, they are really, really crusty, man. They are a crusty fan base.
Yeah. Where would you rank Liverpool's fan base? Because
I think, you know what? I'm going to say this. Out of all the top 6 fan bases, I think Liverpool have the most... probably the best fans, if that makes sense. The least annoying fans, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think they're probably the classiest club in England, but their fans can be so unbearable, you know.
There's 2 in particular that I can't stand, though. There's that Jonathan Morley guy.
Oh, he looks like a bloody toenail, bro. I swear to God.
I can't stand that guy. This guy is twerking for City to win the league. When any Liverpool fan that's twerking for City to win the league will never have my respect. And you know the next Liverpool fan I'm going to say, don't you?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up, yeah.
Key VAR Thompson, mate. T. Thomas, or whatever his name is. Key Thompson, or whatever. Key and Peel, bro. That guy is that guy looks like a mix between Shrek and Rooney, bro. That guy is so annoying.
Shrek, you know.
That guy has got to be the most annoying Liverpool fan. I like, do you know?
Yeah, that's why I called him Annoying Orange the other day.
Oh man, he's so annoying. I like Doyle and AGT. They're all right. They're the ones that go on DR Sports.
I mean, Roms is not too bad, I guess.
Who?
Roms, you know, he often turns up on Saeed's channel, I think.
Oh yeah. He's all right. All right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else really.
Big up SSB. Man United fans are casuals of football, bro. Most Man United fans are just glory hunters, man. They just ex-Arsenal fans. Cities don't even have a fan base. Facts. Big up Gunner SC. X and Louise of Spurs and Chelsea, respectively, the most unbearable for me. X and Louise. Oh, you mean X? You don't like Expressions? I think Expressions is hilarious. Choo blood. Thomas the Frank Engine blood. No, I love Expressions.
Yeah, you can't hate Expressions,
bro. You know the funniest thing Expressions has ever said? Yeah, I think Tottenham had lost like 8 or 9 games in a row. Yeah, Tottenham. This is what he said. He said, "My team are in the mud blood. No Hermione." How do you think of that? Think of that. In the mud blood, no Hermione. How do you think of that, bro? How do you think of that? That's such a sick. That's one of the best puns I've ever had in my entire life, bro. And I'm assuming when you say Louise Gunner SC, you're talking about Abby, right? Fair enough. I don't really like Chelsea fans, but I don't really interact or see much Chelsea stuff on my timeline or in my real life. So yeah, I don't really mind. I do hate Chelsea, but I don't really care about the fans. Just Chelsea as an institution, I hate really. Big up twofold. Darkside, I know Man City will draw tonight, and next Monday I'm going on the madness to celebrate, bro. If City draw tonight, we've won the league, bro. If City draw tonight, we have won the league. And I want to see that bald forward scratching at his bald head, man. That flipping snooker ball blood. Big up twofold. Man United fans were complaining a lot about VAR when they won titles. Due to Fergie time and lost 2 European titles for Dusty Emery and the Tottenham of all people, they will call Carrick out in 2027. You know, the funny thing is about Man United fans complaining about VAR. I don't know if you've watched how much you've watched back of the old games, yeah, but there was a game we played at Old Trafford, yeah, and the amount of times that Reyes got hacked down by Gary Neville, bro,
Yeah.
yellow card,
Of course,
he nearly broke his freaking leg, bro.
Oh, but they should have been down to at least 9 men.
9 men, easily.
Yeah.
Fergie time and
Rio didn't get sent off as well.
Yeah,
on the foul. I think it was Freddie Lumber. I don't even think it was a free kick. You know.
Yeah.
Let alone a card. It's unbelievable. You know how poor the referee. Honestly, like anyone who mentions what's his name again? Was it Mike Riley? Oh my days! It gives me flashes, you know, because I think he's the one who teaches these, you know, professional referees. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's just like I can't really stand him to this day.
I don't blame you. Big up SSB. I'm a Liverpool fan, but Liverpool fans are either older, really young, or they became a fan through family passing it down. Yeah, that's the thing about Liverpool fans. Like, there's a lot of Liverpool fans that are. I feel like Liverpool fan is more like it's a very much a family thing in the sense of like my whole fucking family supports Liverpool. My dad's dad supports Liverpool. You know what I mean? There's like a very much. Whereas I've met a lot of Arsenal fans. I fell in love with Thierry or I loved Ozil or Sanchez or whatever. But I feel like with Liverpool fans, like it's almost like in the DNA kind of thing. And I'm not saying that's not the true with other clubs, but I feel like with Liverpool especially, just with the history and stuff like that. Big up SSB. A lot of international Liverpool fans became fans because of the UEFA Champions League runs in 2000s. Yeah, that's true. You know, it's funny when you won the Champions League in 2005. I was actually like, I can't remember how old I was, but I remember watching it in Isle of Wight and just seeing Dudek do that. That was such a great. That was that's probably the greatest game I've ever seen in my life, man. Big up Twofolds, expressions called Tottenham Stadium, the Spurnabel. Oh yeah, Son Perignon, Sunken Messi, the Spurnabel blood. So funny.
Harry Clase, you know.
Harry Clase. We got Twofold expressions. His wit is crazy, bro. His wit is crazy. But want to get on to the next question quickly. What's your earliest football memory?
My earliest football memory. Probably Arsenal winning the FA Cup in 2014 when we ended that 9-year trophy drought. Because you see, we have, or I have, family from Hull, so we obviously like watch the FA Cup final together, innit? And obviously we came from 2-0 down and won that final. And yeah, I remember that absolutely distraught, you know. Obviously, like at the time, I was completely neutral because I wasn't really supporting Arsenal. I just was going for emotions, really. I was almost embracing the game, really, because, you know, also in an FA Cup final, it's not what you see nowadays. But yeah, I think since that game, and probably one of the first Arsenal games I actually watched, you know. Yeah, that FA Cup final against Hull City. So yeah, I'll probably say that one. Cool. We've not really been in many finals throughout my lifetime, apart from, you know, FA Cups here and there. I'm trying to think, like, you know, I've had to suffer along the way, it's fair to say. Baku was a horrible night. I'm not even lying. I was like 11 years old, and I was in tears. I'm not even gonna lie.
I remember I was at uni at the time, and I remember I was watching it with my friend who's a Liverpool fan, and I remember Alex Iwobi made it 3-1, I think, and then they scored for the fourth, and I literally just went. I went home. I didn't say nothing. I just remember sitting in my room and just thinking, oh, we needed that so badly, man. And you got to think about the butterfly effect. Imagine we win that, going to win the Europa League, going to the Champions League. Unai Emery stays, and we probably go and win a couple of more trophies than Arteta does. But You know.
And you know what it is, right? When we scored to make it 3-1, and despite me being in tears, by the way, in absolute agony, when we scored the absolute screamer,
Mm.
I still had some hope. I was like, oh my days. Because remember
Yeah.
that
Same.
season when Tottenham made the comeback against Ajax and
Oh my
Liverpool against
God.
Barcelona in that same Champions League campaign? I was like, oh my God, we could do a Liverpool, we could do a Spurs here. Don't count us out yet. Never mind. We were 4-1 down literally 2 minutes later.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm just like, oh my days, what's the point anymore? Because obviously we were shambolic defensively at the time and we had bloody Petr Cech in goal, which was still criminal to this day, may I just add, that
Yeah.
he started Petr Cech ahead of Bernd Leno in that final.
Yeah.
Just
Chelsea
because it was
agent.
his,
Chelsea agent, mate.
yeah, just because it was his last game as a professional footballer and we needed sentiment here and there. No, like you start your best team in the final, like Arteta should have done in the League Cup final. Basically done exactly what Emery did, and that was starting Kepa in that final. Yeah,
Gosh,
I'm trying to
Crystal
think
Palace.
now. The 2018 Carabao Cup final as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, horrible. Obviously, like I watched us against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final in 2017, and when we went 1-0 down, I still had hope. I was like, okay, we're 1-0 down, but we'll come back, right? Like we have done every time against Man City, because our record against Man City at Wembley has been very, very promising up until the point, we lost 3-0 in that final.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're going to do this, right? But then I forgot that obviously we sold Alexis Sanchez in January, innit, that season. So I was like, oh, well, you know what, there's no point. And then I see, Man City, they went to Centurion that season. They were bringing on players like Bernardo Silva, etc., etc. Gabriel Jesus in his prime, etc. Like, and I'm watching Arsenal bringing on the likes of Danny Welbeck and Alex Iwobi when we're 3-0 down. And I'm like, yeah, just put the fries in the bag. I turned it off. Again, like I love Welbeck, but like, come on, I'm seeing Man City bringing all these players on in the final, and then I'm seeing us bringing Danny Welbeck and Alex Iwobi on when we're bloody losing 3-0. I switched the game off because I'm like, come on, what are we doing here?
I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. I'm gonna catch up with these chats and I'm gonna go to the next one. Big up SSB. Chelsea fans are pretentious. They were a girl with a sugar baby living in an average house. Nothing wrong with that. But that stadium can't make you a big club. Facts. Big up SSB, man. Big up Roy. Darkside, you still Arteta out. Bro, you say this to me on every single show, every single live stream. Like, it's almost like you got me like a gotcha moment. Let me tell you, let me tell you something. Let me let the Jamaican uncle come out. Let me show my vest, yeah. Listen, my youth. Me not care about Arteta out, Yeah? Now stop asking me that question about Arteta. Listen, like Yardman, I say, Arteta out. How about that? There you go. Man. Don't ask me these stupid questions, man.
So are you Arteta out then?
No. So basically, I've said a million times, yeah. I said in January that I'm not Arteta out because it doesn't make sense to sack him in the middle of the season. At the end of the day, we're in a Champions League final, and if City drop points tonight, we're one win away from immortalization. So for me, of course, I'm not Arteta out right now, but I wouldn't extend his contract. He's got to go and win again because I want to be in a position. If we go and win a double, we can get the best players in the world and we can dominate England and potentially dominate Europe. So we need to. This is a golden egg, man. This is a level 100 Mewtwo. This is a perfect opportunity to go and dominate. You know what I'm saying? So for me, he needs to change the style of play, and he needs to stop like shoehorning Odegaard, Zubimendi in his favorite. He needs to drop the favorites team. Whoever's the best man for the occasion, play them.
Yeah. The problem is, right, Arsenal haven't been like this dominant team over the years. Because it always seems like when Arsenal win trophies, we have to go at least, 5, 6, 7, 8 years without winning anything. Have you noticed that?
It's annoying, man. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Big up twofold. All these rivals twerking for City for their own team to lose. Stop Arsenal from winning. It's very Spursy. It is very Spursy, bro. Big up twofold again. Biggest what if in Arsenal's history is the UEFA Champions League final 2006 and the 07 and 08 team winning a double. Yeah, that Eduardo getting his leg broken has stopped us winning the league that year, man. We would have won the league, and I think we would have won the FA Cup that year. And I remember just crying, like I was about 14 and just crying seeing his leg in the sock like that, man. It gives me, bro. I still have nightmares about it as an adult.
City have scored. Bloody Semenyo, you know.
Oh, see, my thing just froze, so I can't even see it. Fuck's sakes. Oh, yeah, Semenyo. Moist. Was it a good goal at least?
It's all right. To be honest, it's been a dead game, you know.
Yeah. Jarring, man. I didn't want City to score first because it just means it's just long for Palace to get back into it. Yeah, it's just come up for fuck's sakes.
The Crystal Palace away fans haven't even bloody turned up today.
Yeah.
They don't care.
All right, so I've got a big question for you now. And it's relevant to right now, and everyone in the chat can answer this one as well. If you had to choose, which one is it going to be? Why is it not the front? Oh, there you go. Bang.
Oh, come on, bro. You haven't.
I have, mate.
Oh, my days. Probably Champions
Come on,
League.
the keeper didn't even fucking dive, man. Sorry, I just seen the replay now. That was pathetic, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
They nearly went down the other end, you know, and made it 1-1. Palace are looking dangerous still. I think they'll score in this game, you know. But to answer the question, I'll probably say Champions League because I am sick and tired of losing every single argument with Chelsea, Man United fans when it comes to the Champions League, etc. I'm just sick and tired of it. Don't get me wrong, I'd love the Premier League just because, you know, I've never seen it in comparison to most of, you know, the Arsenal fans and the fan base in it because obviously I'm from a younger generation, but I'd probably say Champions League. Just because.
Fair
go
play.
on, bro.
Sorry, go on. No, go on.
No, go on, bro.
No, I was just going to say, do you know what? I hear that. And I think for me, this is a contextual question because if you asked me this question last year, my answer would have been the Champions League. But this year, my answer is actually the Premier League, bro. We've been chasing that Premier League for so long. I need it. Like, I know the star above the badge and Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. I need that title, bro. I need that title. Oh, man. 2 points.
Yeah.
I need that title. So it's annoying as well because City have done a lot of rotation. Haaland's not here. Marmoush's
on the bench, though.
Yeah. Yes, for me, it's got to be the league, man. Obviously, I think it's Champions League would be great. I'm really, really annoyed that Palace have conceded that soft goal, man. That was so stupid. Yeah, come on. What minute are you on, by the way?
34-31.
Okay, so I'm like 20 seconds behind now.
Yeah. Have you seen how many empty seats there are at the Etihad?
Yes, that's what it's.
That is embarrassing, you know. In a must-win game, you know, to keep yourselves in the title race, and there's that many empty seats. Absolutely pathetic.
I know. Could never be us. Big up SSB. Here's a big moment for a lot of fans. World Cup 2006 final. That game was the first introduction to football for Gen Z. Fair play. Big up Roy. Arsenal are set to be invited to the World Cup Championship in 2029, but after Chelsea's performance in the Premier League this season, I feel we should let the players rest instead of flogging them like horses. Well, the thing is, if we win it, we get 130 million and we become World Cup champions. So I think we should play. I think our squad should be big enough that we can rotate in the earlier stages, man. I want to win everything. I don't want to make any. I don't see it as a glorified friendly. I see it as a trophy. Only if we win it. If we don't win it, then it's a friendly. Even in all, big up Joe, big up twofold. That's true. If we win the Prem, I dare say scam the UEFA Champions League. Tonali and Alvarez will sign up to Arsenal straight away. And this is what I'm saying. You can go get the proper players and get rid of the deadwood. I don't want to see Havertz here anymore. I don't want to see Jesus. I don't want to see Martinelli. I don't want to see any of these scrubs here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Big up Roy. You said Arteta out on every form since February. Have you forgotten already? Roy, I know you're rage baiting me, bro. You love rage baiting me. And guess what? It's working. But listen, I've said already a million times. I said in January that at the end of the season, at the end of the day, I've said Arteta out, but ultimately I know they're not going to get rid of him. So what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Big up Joe. Hope we face the same Palace team at the end of the season. Palace don't look interested at all. I think they look all right, bro. I don't think they look that bad. I just think
they have few opportunities, you know. Hold on.
I mean, they're playing Mateta, so big up SSB, game over.
Just as you say that, City nearly bloody made it 2-0 because they're dicking around with it at the back.
Oh, I keep getting spoilers as well. It's getting on my nerves. Never a free kick. Big up Roy. We cannot expect any favours from Palace tonight. Their players will not want to get injured. Oh my God, that was nearly 2-0. My God. We cannot expect the European Cup final, so they'll pull back from 100% effort. It's human nature. Fair enough. Big up Joe. Paul from Will Hughes. Yeah, that's what it is, man. All right, so we've got my next question out for you. Hold on. Let's get it here. One second. Wait, where is it? I had two more questions for you, man. Oh, yeah, we go. This one's a bit of a weird one, actually, because it's just like, I know what my answer is, but I don't know if you have an answer. But it'd be interesting to see what your answer is, actually. Save. No, sorry. Whoops, that's not it. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, why did that not save? There we go. If you weren't an Arsenal fan, who would you support?
If I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I would probably support Liverpool, you know, unfortunately, because of my dad.
Listen, you'd have 6 Champions Leagues. I don't think that's an unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, some of the fans. It's just like, yeah.
Fair. For me, if I didn't support Arsenal, this is probably gonna shock you, yeah. But I would probably either be a Man United or a City fan. My dad's a City fan, and my dad's side of the family are all Man United fans. So I'm assuming that my mum's side of the family didn't take hold of me and make me an Arsenal fan, and I'd be left to my own devices. Or potentially one of my closest uncles that I was close to as a kid, my uncle Wesley, he was a Liverpool fan. So it's a toss-up between City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Man United.
I think it's a toss-up for me between Liverpool and Leeds, because Leeds is probably my local when it comes to Premier League clubs. I think I'm 30 minutes. Well, not 30 minutes, about an hour away from Leeds. So yeah, it's either Leeds or Liverpool for me.
Leeds or Liverpool, fair. Well, I think I'd rather support Liverpool than Leeds, but
yeah.
All right, so this one I can't bother to write this one down because I just thought of it on the top of my head. Who is your favourite? They scored again.
Yeah, so scored again.
Oh.
That's game over. Yep. Cheers, Palace, for turning up.
I'm turning off. It's game
Might
over,
as well
mate.
Not fucking turned up. What a waste for Wednesday.
We just got to do our job anyway. I was going to say, who is your most loved Arsenal player and your most hated Arsenal player?
My most loved Arsenal player, I mean, I've already mentioned Alexis Sanchez, so I'll probably say him.
Okay.
Most hated Arsenal player, though. Sokodran Mustafi, probably.
Mustafi, yeah?
Yeah, hated him. And I think I know which one you're going to say, you know.
My most
As your
loved
most
player,
hated Arsenal player.
my most loved Arsenal player is Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Like just doing knee slides in the playground as a kid, going Henry, like
Yeah.
it's just Henry.
Not Dennis Bergkamp. I thought you would have said Dennis Bergkamp. Maybe.
I do love Dennis Bergkamp, but Henry for me is just like just wow.
Yeah.
Just wow, man. And Dennis Bergkamp is a very, very close second, and Ian Wright is probably a close third.
Yeah.
But my most hated Arsenal player, whew, I'm gonna have to really think about this actually. Honorable mention Samir Nasri, man. Honorable mention Samir Nasri is my most hated player. I hate Samir Nasri, man, because he was one of my favorites to join in that like 07 or 08 team.
Yeah.
See him in that City kit made me sick. But my number one most hated Arsenal player, yeah, it's Robin van Persie, bro.
Oh.
Seeing him go to Man United, yeah, after he scored 40 goals in all competitions for us the season before, to see him go to Man United hurt so badly, bro. And not just go to Man United, get number 20 and help them get their 20th title.
Yeah, I hear it. He's not the one who I thought you would have said. I was thinking you may have said Sylvester, you know?
Mikel Sylvester.
Yeah.
I didn't hate him because for me, he didn't do anything that like warranted me hating him. Like he was, I knew what he was. He was just a stupid Wenger stopgap, like trash buy. Like, do you know what I'm saying? When we buy from Man United,
buy your is a shout, you know.
Yeah. Let me catch up to some of these chats. So would you take the Club World Cup Championship and expect a ninth place? Bro, this is what I'm saying. You take one, you make these hyperbolic statements. I said I wanted to win the Club World Cup, but does that mean I wanted to finish ninth? We're not Chelsea, bro. We're not Chelsea, man. I get what you're saying, but obviously I want to win the Champions. Obviously I want Champions League football. You know what? I would take finishing ninth and win the Club World Cup champions if we win the Champions League. Because you know what that means? It means we're back in the Champions League without finishing in the top 5. How about that? There you go. Big up, Jack. Loving the 1-to-1 form, man. Great guest, by the way. Thanks, man. It was this little thing I was just thinking of the other day. Joe said Red Star Belgrade. Well, Red Star Belgrade have got more Champions Leagues than us. They've got one, mate. Big up, Roy. If not Arsenal, I support South London's second biggest team, Millwall. Fair enough. 2-0. Yeah. Palace just rolling over. Yeah.
Just nearly made it 3-0, you know.
Ian Wright. Great shout, man. Ian Wright's an icon, legend, South London's finest. Big up SSB, Palace bending over. Yeah, it's a sad sight to see, man. It's honestly a sad sight to see. Big up Roy. That team will give 100% effort against City is when they play Bournemouth away as they chase European football themselves. Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope Bournemouth are the ones that are going to... Because the thing is, ultimately, we just need to win our 2 games. You know what I'm saying? We just need to win our 2 games. That's what it really comes down to. Most hated is Robin van Persie. Facts. Even French fans hate Nasri. I didn't know that. Big up, Joe. I had to listen to my inner child. Oh, bro, don't even remind me that Van Persie quote. It makes me sick, bro. I think Robin van Persie was Arsenal's last elite striker. No, Aubameyang was elite, bro. Aubameyang was elite. Fastest Arsenal. A lot of people don't know this, but Aubameyang was Arsenal's fastest player to 50 goals, bro. Aubameyang was elite. Then Adebayor, yeah. I don't even call him Adebayor. It's Adi Doorknob, mate. Chris White, he played in the 1983 League Cup final against Luton. He was an awful player. George Graham must have been buying weed from him. Fair enough. Don't know. Obviously, I don't know who that is. I wasn't even alive in the 80s. Big up SSB. Arsenal had a lot of scrubs in those end Wenger days. Those players were stupid, hated. Yes, Mustafi, Kim Kallstrom. Do you remember Dennis Suarez?
Yeah.
Got him known from Barcelona for like half a season. He was shocking, bro. He was shocking.
He never really played, did he? I swear he played like 2 games.
I think he played like 2 games. Yeah.
And then went back to Barcelona.
Yeah. I'm going to have to Google where he is right now. Look at that City lineup, though. Yeah, they're resting players, bro. They're going for it.
Is he at Celta Vigo still?
Don't know. I'm actually watching the Scottish Premiership tonight, Premiership title race games tonight.
I know it's at Alaves, you know.
Fair. Big up Gunner. See, I'm vexed because I just had to miss the last chunk of this. I just missed both goals. Oh, mate, it's not even worth watching, bro. Like, City are dominating. Like, Palace haven't even had a pass in the final third yet. Can you believe that shit? We need to buy Eldrick from Lyon if we cannot get Alvarez. I don't know. I keep hearing about this guy, but I don't know what he's about. Is he a striker or is he a winger? The lack of atmosphere in the empty net is go on.
I think he's a striker.
Oh, fair. Big up Shika. Darkside Pepper's a Homo sapien. He talks of Palace because we got Eze. Did he not buy Gahey from Palace? Yeah, he's a weirdo, man. That's why I really want to win the league and just upset Pep. I just can't stand him, man. He's such a knob. Big up Gunner SC. And you're telling B they going to beat Bournemouth, you having a laugh, and you're telling me they aren't going to beat... Bro, anything can happen. I had predicted they'd drop points against Everton. The one against the Palace tonight, that was just cope. But because I actually thought it was at Selhurst Park. I didn't realize it was at the Etihad. When I saw it was at the Etihad today, I was just like, yeah, we're fried, bro. Big up SSB. Where you put Robin Van Persie and Oba in the same category. I think Robin Van Persie was a tier ahead. Well, I'm not saying that he wasn't. I'm just saying that he's, you said he was our last elite. I can't remember who it was, but someone said he was our last elite striker. But I think Aubameyang was elite as well. Aubameyang is a goal scorer, man. But Robin Van Persie is probably a better player and more technically gifted. But Aubameyang was an elite striker, bro. In my opinion, you feel free to disagree. Yeah. Big up Gunner SC. It's too early for me to say anything about us. Fair enough. I like Henry, underrated Carnu. Yeah, Carnu was cold, bro. Carnu was cold. Big up Chris. Dennis Suarez was all right in La Liga, but maybe it was just different league. He didn't really get a chance. Yeah, he didn't really, but I never thought he was going to be a good player. City still got Villa. Yeah, but I think they'll smash Villa. They got Villa at home. I think Villa will bend over and start working for them, to be honest. Big up Chris. No, Bournemouth away is going to be like Everton game. Trust me, absolute nightmare after a cup final too. Facts. Because I think City play like 3 days after that cup final. I think the cup final's on Sunday and then they play on Tuesday or something. I can't remember. Yeah. Big up Gunner SC. I wouldn't have mattered if it was away. Of course it would. Playing away is always harder, bro. You don't think playing away is harder. Playing away is harder, man. Big up SSB. Endrick as a right winger and striker. South Americans call him Brazilian Aguero, but he comes with headaches and antics. It's partly why Real Madrid has him on loan. Would you? Let me ask you a question. Actually, would you take Endrick?
I mean, as a backup striker, I thought he played striker for Lyon.
Yeah, he plays right wing and striker.
Yeah, I probably would take him, to be honest.
Fair.
I think we need more versatility in attack, so yeah, I'd take him as an option off the bench. Why not?
Fair. Big up Jack. I was expecting Gahey to score a hat trick for Palace. Trojan horse settings, bro. Gahey needs to get himself sent off, man. He needs to do something, man. He's an Arsenal fan. He needs to do something. 300 bands a week, man. He needs to do something for the culture, man. Podolski has ended. Chat, you hate Podolski?
Oh, that's a good one. That's probably one of my another one of my honourable mentions for one of the most underrated Arsenal players, I'd say, that I've watched in my lifetime. That guy wasn't the fastest. He wasn't, he wasn't one of these street ballers, but he had one hell of a strike on him,
Yeah, I was going to say, his left foot was crazy. All right. I got one more question and we can just like freestyle and whatever. And this is the big one, yeah? But I'm gonna add context to it as well. Hold on. Now the context is this. If Arteta go on. I'm gonna let you answer.
Go.
Okay, so if Arteta wins nothing, what are you saying?
If he wins nothing, it's pretty self-explanatory with this one that he goes at the end of the season. I don't think he would be sacked, but I think after this season, if he wasn't going to win anything, then he goes. Because there's no way you get away with 6 years at Arsenal when you consider the position we've put ourselves in. There's no way you walk out of this season without a trophy. So he should go if we don't win anything. If we win, I'm not going to lie, I flip-flopped on this many times, right? Because we are so close to winning this league title, I'm sort of going to reverse. I'm going to sort of reserve that opinion on whether or not I'd want Arteta out at the end of the season, like whether or not he wins the league or the Champions League, etc., etc. Obviously, if he wins the Premier League and the Champions League, if he does a double, then you keep him for next season, right? But I'm talking about if he wins only the Premier League this season, there is a conversation to be had because I think we've had many debates, etc., on whether he should stay on for next season. And there's been times where I've said, listen, I think he should stay if he wins the league because it will be the first title I've seen in my lifetime. But at the same time, when you look at the football, it hasn't been sustainable, and I'm not sure we can carry that on for next season, considering the amount of injuries we've suffered so far this season and the fact a lot of our players are crippled due to injuries. So I'm not entirely sure. You've got players, on high wages as well. So there was that to consider. But now, because he's somewhat tweaked the system a little bit, right? Playing Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield. Since that Newcastle game, Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield alongside Declan Rice, who's been shifting as the 6 rather than the box-to-box midfield role. It's almost tempting for me to say, listen, if you win this league, then I kind of want to see you next season, and see how he evolves this Miles Lewis-Skelly experiment in midfield. I don't know. It's a difficult one because now he's sort of shown the lack of stubbornness towards the end of the season. I'm almost tempted to actually keep him for next season if he does win the Premier League. I don't know. That's a difficult one. I don't know about your opinions on it, but I'm at this stage where, listen, if you win the league, we could have further conversations about this. At the moment, I'm just focused on winning this title, and that's that.
Yeah, I think for me personally, bro, if he wins the league, I think his contract shouldn't get extended unless he wins something next season, and the football changes. If he wins the league and the Champions League, and I get to go to Zion, and I get to go to the Promised Land, and I get to be immortalized, then sign the thing, man. Sign the thing. Like, I think you've earned a contract if you win the Champions League and put a star above the badge and win the Premier League. I mean, it'll be the biggest achievement in my opinion, since the Invincibles. So, it'll be insane, and it would literally make my summer as well. It'd make my summer. I'd literally just take my credit card, bro. Take Arsenal Armory. Take my freaking money.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, right? I'd say in the last 6 years, flip-flopped massively on Arteta because when he first came in, he won the FA Cup within the first 6 months. And I was like, yo, give this guy the backing, we could win trophies, right? And then after, his first season, knocked out by Unai Emery. In fact, no, that wasn't really the cut-off point for me. That was, I'd say, either Burnley or Tottenham, where we lost both games. That was the cut-off point for me, and that's where we should have sacked him. Yeah. Then, I believe the following season we finished 5th, and I'm like, right, if you get Champions League, then maybe.
No, for me, he should have gone then. Do you know why? Because we had 3 games in hand then, and he bottled it. You remember we had Palace.
I'll say it.
We lost 3-0 to Palace. We lost 3-0 to Brighton, and then we lost to flipping Spurs. That was unacceptable, man. That was unacceptable.
Yeah, and I'll say at that point, I think Arteta should probably go. Then in the 22-23 season, we played the best football in the league. He signed Jesus and Zinchenko. We're top for 93% of the season because he played the best football in the league, and we finished 2nd that season, I know, and we had a very young team at that point. I was like, you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that season, and we'll see whether or not he carries it on in the following. he brings in Kai Havertz, and I'm like, yo, please don't piss me off. Like I've tried, like I've backed you throughout that whole season because of the football you played and the position you got us in from 5th to then 2nd, and then you go and do that. And in the
Honestly.
in the 23-24 season, around December time, in fact no, January, when we got knocked out by Liverpool in the FA Cup, I'm like, nah, get rid of this guy, man.
Yeah.
Because we're not winning the Prem and we're not winning the Champions League. We didn't win, of course, any of them. But at the time, my head was hot. And the chances we were missing, it was absolute insanity because we'd done that, I believe, against West Ham when we lost 2-0, where we had like 30 plus chances on goal, couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Liverpool, likewise, in the FA Cup against their B team. Get him out. Then, since then, we, I believe, started. Well, I should say we went on the Dubai trip, came back, and we were just a completely different breed and just started destroying teams left, right, and centre.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like,
it was crazy. And it was a,
yeah,
you know, the funny thing is, it was a mix of like it was a mix of like the Haram ball and the 22-23 style. So it was controlled, but we were still blitzing teams as well. And then we went on that crazy win streak and we didn't win the league. But for me, do you know why we didn't win the league? We didn't gamble at the Etihad. We had to gamble at the Etihad, man.
Yeah. But to be fair, you could argue that the game plan was there. I think Arsenal, you could argue Arsenal actually created the better opportunities in that game and were the better side. You look at the Trossard Martinelli opportunity.
Oh, bro, I still have nightmares.
If
He just
we
needs to
score
look
from
up.
if we score from that position, bro, like we're talking about a tactical masterclass, you know. We win 1-0 in that game if we actually, you know, play the right ball. But it's just it's a minute when you think about it. And then at the end of the season, I gave him the benefit of the doubt once again because he finished 2 points by Man City. Man City were just a better team at the end of the day and went on this crazy run of form from January onwards, like Man City typically do. And, you know, it was only, 2 games that prevented us from winning the league that season. It was crazy that year.
Yeah.
And then we respond with a transfer window of Calafiori, Marino, Sterling, and Neto. And from then on, I just knew that we weren't winning this title, bro. What you say?
You said you're going to see the best of me.
Oh, oh, you had to, didn't you,
bro? You know what? I remember people trying to cape for it, and I never forget. I was at work at the time, and I was at a job where I couldn't really have my phone in like the room. I went out, there was security doors, went into the locker, got my phone, took it off airplane mode, scrolling through TikTok. I just see Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. Here we go. And I went on the I was like, what the fuck have we just done?
Oh my God. You know what? I was in a similar situation as well because I think I was on my way back from Turkey, right? So it was deadline day. Didn't get a plane until about 3:00, something like that. The planes were delayed that day. So I had to miss deadline day. I had to sacrifice it. I was obviously aware of the Sterling rumours, etc., but there was nothing really up until the point I opened up Twitter when I landed and I see Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. Here we go. Now, at first, I was like, you know what? Because Arteta got the best out of Sterling at Man City, I was like, you know what? Just maybe. Like, I had a 2 out of 10 hope of me thinking to myself, yeah, maybe he can get the best out of Sterling like he did when he was at Man City. Oh boy, I was wrong.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy that I was in that similar situation to you. To be fair, coming off the plane, I look up Twitter, and then just out of nowhere, Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. Here we go. Like, what is?
Oh man, that was the worst for me.
Yeah, and then in 24-25 season, like I gave him until what, November, and then I'm seeing the football not changing, us relying on set pieces. I'm like, what is this? So I basically decided, I'm going to cut my losses on Arteta again. And obviously, at the end of the 24-25 season, I was like, he's got to go, mate. He's got to go for real.
Yeah.
And we're now at a point where I actually don't know whether I want him here or not come the end of the season, regardless of if he wins the Premier League. Because, again, I'm not enjoying the football, but if you get over the line, then I don't really care. And you've probably given me one of the best moments that I will cherish forever. So, yeah, I'm a bit stuck on that one,
If Arteta wins the league this year, sorry, I'm going to ask you this quick question, and then I'm going to catch up with the chats here. If Arteta wins the league this year, in your eyes, does he become an Arsenal legend?
Not an Arsenal legend, no. Because we've seen managers like Arne Slot, etc., winning the league at Liverpool. Ranieri. I know, to be fair, where Leicester are at the moment, you can consider Ranieri as a legend, right? So maybe not Ranieri, but I'm looking at, is Pellegrini a Man City legend? Just out of curiosity, like, is Arne Slot a Liverpool legend because he won the Premier League last season with Liverpool? Or is it because the Premier League that season was crap? I'm trying to think of who else. Who else has won the league in the last?
Carlo Ancelotti.
Klopp.
Well, obviously Klopp's a legend for Liverpool. He won
Klopp's definitely a legend.
That's it, really. That's it.
I mean, the thing is, right, if we then go to, I guess, the other top 5 leagues, I mean, is Pochettino a PSG legend?
Hell no. I could have won a league at PSG, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I won't class him as a legend. I'd definitely give him praise for it. And if he was going to leave at the end of the season, I would, I would thank him. And again, speaking from a hypothetical view, yeah, I think if he was going to leave at the end of the season, I would obviously thank him for, getting us where we want to be, and then you end it by getting over the line. Fairs. But no, I think legend status is only required if we win the Premier League and the Champions League in one season. If you do the double this season, then yeah, I'll probably consider him as a legend because no other Arsenal manager has done that. But only the Premier League? Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think if Arteta wins the Champions League, he becomes... I don't even think if he wins a double, he becomes a legend. I think he becomes a cult hero or an icon. Because for me, it's like cult hero, icon, legend. I think he'll become a... If he wins the Premier League, cult hero. If he wins the Premier League and the Champions League, icon. If he wins the Premier League and the Champions League and then goes on to do like a domestic treble or goes on to win the Premier League and the Champions League back or defends the title, because we've never done it in our history, set back in the 30s, or wins the Champions League back to back or does a 3-peat or does something crazy, then he'll become a legend. But for me, icon, not a legend.
Yeah, but did Klopp ever go back to back with league titles? Did Klopp ever go back to back with Champions League? But he's still a legend.
He didn't, but he got 90 points, 95 points, and 99 points and didn't win the league. So, no, I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it, but did he go back to back with the Champions League?
No, I think he got to back. I think he got to back finals, but I don't think he got.
He got back. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
but from winning it, so.
No. He only won one Champions League while he was at Liverpool. I think he
Yeah,
made
yeah,
three
he did.
finals. I think he made 3 finals, but he only won it once.
Yeah, but if he wins the Premier League and the Champions League, he's probably one of the few managers that have actually won the Premier League and the Champions League in one season. I can only remember
He'll be
Pep
the only
doing
one.
it.
He'll be the only one.
Nah, Pep done it, obviously.
No, but he don't. I'm talking about just those 2 trophies alone. He'll be the only one.
Oh, from an Arsenal manager's point of view.
No, I mean in the Premier League. No other manager has won just the Champions League in the Premier League. They've either won. They've used. It's been a treble, and that's it. They've not. There's no one's just won just the Champions League and the Premier League. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure I checked this. I checked this morning. No one. I think I saw on Twitter that if Arteta does win a double, he'll be the only Premier League manager in history.
Yeah. I think you're right, actually.
Because Alex Ferguson obviously won the treble, and so did Pep, but they didn't win just the Champions League and the thing. They won the FA Cup on top of it. Yeah. Gonna catch up some of these chats. There was one I wanted from Chris actually. Why do our fans want City to win anything? They cheated Klopp out of multiple titles. I don't know, bro. There's just the Arsenal. It's just like the Arsenal hate bandwagon thing. It's just really, really weird, man. It's really, really weird. Big up SSB. What do you think of Arsenal becoming the richest club in England? I mean, it's a good thing. Obviously, the more money, the better. We need. In my opinion, we need a bigger stadium. We need like an 80,000 seater now. If we want to start dominating England, we need to get a bigger stadium. But obviously, there's problems with like Islington Council and all that stuff. And I don't know. I think we might move to Wembley for a little bit, which I wouldn't really mind, to be honest. I think that'd be awesome. But I think we need a bigger stadium, and we need owners that actually want to win, not just get Champions League football and PR. Big up Jack. Gay, he needs to slide tackle Semenyo for the culture. Facts. Big up Gunner SC. We could never, if it was us that was 5 points behind by this evening, we wouldn't be winning. Probably right, mate. Big up Chris. Arteta out. End off. Fair enough. Big up Joe. In the wise words of a legend, it's time to go. Big up Roy. Endrick was signed by Real Madrid for 60 million quid at 18 years old from Palmeiras in Brazil. He is world class. He cannot get a run at Real Madrid. That's why he's been. I don't think he's world class. I think he's a great young talent, but he's not world class, bro. He's not world class. He is not world class. Big up Joe King. Didn't Endrick have a big injury at some point? I think he had he had an injury. I don't think it was a big injury, but he definitely had an injury. Big up Chris. If Arteta wins one of the trophies, you obviously keep him, but the worry with his ego will get boosted even more, and his complacency sets in the season after. I've seen it with Slot with us. Fair enough. Big up Joe. We have to wait until Monday, man. I hate Monday night football. I hate MNF. I hate MNF, man. I hate it. If we're not playing, I don't really mind it, but if we're I hate Monday night football. Big up Gunner SC. It's only half time, and they're already above us in goals scored. Fuck's sakes. Big up Blade, man. Yes, boys. Big up. Big up Joe. Not on point. Not on points though, my bro. Fair enough. Big up Chris. I'm apparently an Arsenal fan according to our fan base because I wanted Arsenal to win the cup final, win the league and Champions League. Bro, like I said, the Arsenal bandwagon is just crazy, bro. It don't even make sense. Big up Roy. Some of us trusted the pro. Oh, bro, we haven't won anything yet. If we go trophyless, then what? If we go trophyless, then what? Because it's still possible. All it takes is for us to beat Burnley and for us to draw across the Palace, and we can lose the league on goal difference. That's all it takes, bro. That's all it takes. That's all it takes, man. Big up Joe. Don't worry, Chris. Us Arteta outers are told to go support Spurs all the time. Some fans are clowns, but the fan base have their share of. All fan base have their fair share of clowns, I guess. Facts, bro. Some of us trusted the Project Youth, Roy. The Project Youth era. All their men are retired now. Facts. If we could try and farm some goal difference on Monday, I hope so, bro. I really, really hope so. That would be ideal. Big up Blade. I saw Sterling's Chelsea free kick into the stands and said, do not let this fraud into the club, but we still let him in. Sterling. Bro. Big up Chris. Sterling was fortunate at Liverpool and City. Sterling was fortunate at Liverpool and City on who he had to play with, in my opinion. Facts. Kevin De Bruyne feeding you goals. I think I could have got 10 goals a season if Kevin De Bruyne was my pass master. Big up Blade. That Scooby-Doo meme where they unmask the villain. If we unmask by the way, you're fine. That's That's absolute facts, bro. That's absolute facts. Absolutely not Darko. What? That must have been. I don't know what you're referring to, but fair enough. I probably said something out of line. Big up, Blade. Arteta become a legend if he wins the league, whether we like it or not. Times that by 3 if we win the Champions League. I disagree, bro. I don't think he becomes a legend. I think he becomes an icon. I don't think he becomes a legend if he wins the league. I just think he becomes an icon. That's just my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree, by the way. Big up SSV. If win league titles with Bayern Munich or PSG, there should be an asterisk. Facts. That's why I don't believe the whole Vincent Kompany hype, because he won the league with Bayern Munich, but I could win the league with Bayern Munich. Just give the ball to Kane and Elise and inshallah and pray, bro. Big up, Blade. We haven't won it in 22 Blumber Clark, Pussy Clark, Ross Clark years. I diagnosed the reference. I do. Finally winning is a big deal. No, it is a big deal, but I don't think it makes him a legend. I just don't think it makes him a legend, personally. Big up SSB. 1 EPL equals 4 Bundesligas or something like that. Facts. Inflation, fam. Exchange rate. Big up Chris. Pochettino is still the bridesmaid in his first season as PSG manager. Lost the league title to Lille. He's that person who wants praise for taking the dog out. Facts. Tex or Troops? You mean Lion Tex? Oi, listen, I love Troops, but Tex, I got to back my boy Tex, man. Love Tex. Big up Blade. Yeah, Fair's legend is a strong word. There's levels. Yeah, man. I see a chat in there. I see something in the chat that I'm really not happy about, but I'm getting to it in a second. Klopp went back to Dortmund. Klopp got to 4 finals in his career. It's only 4. I didn't know that. I thought it was more than that. Big up SSB. You are correct. Nobody did the double. Yep. And Jack and the Vlogs up the city, bro. You pagan. You pagan. This is my mate. Yeah, he's a West Ham fan. Yeah. He tried to say it wasn't a foul on David Raya, bro. Listen, I want West Ham to stay up, but that was definitely a foul on David Raya. And you can try and say Mavropanos this and that. It was a foul, bro. It was a foul. Come on. And let's be honest, if Ben White didn't get injured, you would have got spanked as well. Let's be honest, you would have got spanked.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Roy loves winding up Darkside. Oh, he loves it, bro. He absolutely loves rage baiting me, man. He loves rage baiting me. Troops is a B-Tech gangster. Fair enough. 9 likes and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe, people. Dark Roy, Arsenal just have to keep winning. Yeah, we need to do our job. Ultimately, I was hoping Crystal Palace would do us a favour today, but it was obvious they weren't really. Jack, get in the bin. I'm gonna wrap things up there, bro. I'm really, really hungry, and I've just been to the gym. I need to get some protein in. I'm probably gonna try and see if I can catch a couple of minutes of this game. Do you want to shout yourself out, bro?
Well, yeah, I think they already know where to find me in it. Red RD in it. I mean,
links in the.
The thing is, I don't even know what to upload this week because Arsenal don't play until next Monday. So, yeah, it might be a quiet week for me. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I guess if you know Crystal Palace somehow make a comeback from this, I'll make a video maybe. It's unlikely though, so I want to get your hopes up for that. I still don't know like what I'm gonna do in terms of my show I do every Monday because this is the first time that Arsenal are playing at the same time as I'm doing the Arsenal All Out show, so it's like where do I schedule this? I might do it on Tuesday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Fortunately, gonna have to wait I guess 48 hours for another one of them episodes, but it's the way the cookie crumbles in it. We've got to tune into to Arsenal, seeing as it is, you know, the last home game of the season, isn't it? So that's about it really. I might film, or I should have said I might stream a Q&A. I don't know, at some point this week, just because there's literally nothing else to upload at the moment. But yeah, I've enjoyed this segment, Darkside. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, man. Episode 1 of 1-to-1 has been good, man. It's been a good 1-to-1. But thanks for coming on the channel, bro. Hopefully, Crystal Palace can do a madness. Obviously, guys, Darkside Gunner on Facebook, Darkside Gunner on TikTok, Darkside Gunner on Twitter, Darkside Gunner on YouTube, obviously. Like, subscribe, share. Until next time, people. Peace.
Gunner.